Assalamu alaikum students. My name is Miss Anika Saidzia from University of Education, Bank Road Campus, Lahore. I have been associated with the teaching profession for last 5 years, and the course code of your subject is Fine 4134. Let's get started with the course outline. The first topic is introduction, then there is looking back to the past, then there is monochromatic tonal painting, importance of symbolic elements, practical assignments on composition, preliminary sketches, painting on myself, master copy in which you will use a mirror, note a photograph. Today's topic is the importance of symbolic elements. What is symbolism? Symbolism was a late 19th century movement whose artists communicated ideas through symbols instead of bluntly depicting reality. It was created as a reaction to art movements that depicted the natural world realistically, such as Impressionism, Realism, and Naturalism. So, symbolism एक रिएक्शन थी इन आर्ट मूवमेंट्स के खिलाफ जो कि थी इम्प्रेशनिज्म, रियलिज्म एंड नेचुरलिज्म, जिसमें चीज़ों को रियल फैक्ट्स पे जो है वो डिपिक्ट किया जाता था. Symbolism first appeared as a literary movement that opposed rationalism and materialism that dominated Western culture in the late 19th century. The beginnings of the movement can be tracked back to 1886 when writer Jean Moreau published his famous Symbolist manifesto. The manifesto proclaimed that every person, natural element, and object should be used to represent a symbol of a deeper idea or emotion. Moreau believed that rather than replicating reality, artists should suggest it with symbols. Though it began as a literary movement, symbolism was quickly adopted by a group of young visual artists who followed its rules. So, there was a lot of imagination and no reality-based facts were depicted. Let's see the style and technique which symbolists have applied in their paintings. The artists which worked under the movement symbolism are called symbolists. Symbolist artworks are marked with unmolded colors, unmodulated colors, broad brushwork, and flat and abstract forms. These are the core characteristics of this movement. With the passage of time, there gradually comes a little change. It's important to mention that symbolists were a loose group of artists who had different artistic styles and technique. They all emphasized the importance of imagination and emotions over realism and rationalism, which made them members of the symbolist movement. So, artists used to express themselves, express their ideas and thinking and concepts by using different symbols which have been taken from their daily lives, objects. Subject matter in symbolism. Subject matter means the main idea which has been depicted in some painting. Either it is a figure, either it is emotions, it depends on the artist. Instead of depicting their immediate reality, the symbolists expressed emotions, thoughts, and fantasies. Symbolists were looking for an escape from their everyday life. They found a sanctuary in their personal beliefs, fantasies, mythical and biblical stories. Biblical stories are related to the Bible, and the mythical stories are related more with the imaginary characters or creatures which we mostly found in the Greek civilization, in which they used to have their gods and goddesses. All of them were imaginary. So, the main subjects in these symbolic paintings were love, eroticism, but also fear, decadence, death, and the occult are often featured in the symbolist work. Famous artist of symbolism. The first artist is Gustave Moreau. Then we have Odilon Redon, Paul Gauguin, Arnold Bocklin, Pierre Povest de Chavannes, Edvard Munch, Max Klinger, Gustav Klimt, Ferdinand Holder. This is a very famous painting by Gustave Moreau, and the title of the painting is Jupiter and Semele. As you can see, Jupiter is shown seated on his throne, and the Semele is shown reclining in his lap. And there are a lot of creatures which have been taken from the mythology, and they are imaginary characters. As you can see in the bottom, angel having wings and having a halo like circle at the back side of the head, which represents the piousness of the person. So, all these creatures are symbolic. This painting depicts a myth which tells us about the love of Jupiter and divine goddess Semele. This painting is symbolic of humanity, union with the divine that ends in death. These were the themes which were important in these paintings, like the themes of death, corruption, and restoration. All appeared in this painting. Resurrection means the day of judgment, क़यामत का रोज़ जिस दिन गॉड जो है वो क्वेश्चन करेंगे लोगों से, उस चीज़ को इस पेंटिंग में रिप्रेजेंट किया गया है. The figure of Jupiter suggests the isolation of the dreaming artist and the life of ideas. This painting is also symbolic of the obsession of the modern age. This is another painting by the artist Odilon Redon, and the title of the painting is The Eye Like a Strange Balloon Mounts Towards Infinity. In the above art, the large scale of the eye is the symbol of the spirit, rising up out of the dead matter of the swamp. The physical organ, which is looking up towards the divine, is carrying a skull. This work evokes a sense of mystery within a dream world. The head is a symbol of the origin of imagination. As you can see in the picture, the eye, the human eye, which is a very important organ of human being, is here in the painting symbolizing the spirit of human beings. इंसानी रूह को दिखाया गया है through the symbol of eye, and it has been raising up from the swamp. Swamp means daldal. Swamp को यहाँ पे सिंबलाइज किया गया है वर्ल्ड के साथ, मटीरियलिज्म के साथ, and it is heading towards the sky where there are no limitations, and it shows moving towards the infinity. Infinity is something which is uncountable. The Yellow Christ by Paul Gauguin. It shows the crucifixion of Christ taking place in the 19th century. हज़रत ईसा अलैहिस्सलाम को सूली पे चढ़ा दिया गया था. ये हमें बिब्लिकल कॉन्टेक्स्ट में मिलता है, और इस इवेंट के ऊपर बहुत से आर्टिस्ट ने डिफरेंट पेंटिंग्स को क्रिएट किया है. The yellow color is a symbol of isolation and pity of the peasants. The dresses of characters represents the regions they belong to. The background in autumn is actually the desire to get away. As you can see in this painting, yellow color has been intentionally placed for the representation of sadness and sorrow. गम को दिखाने की कोशिश की गई है through the use of yellow color, and the female figures are shown in their cultural dresses. The Crying Spider is another painting by Odilon Redon. This piece shows a crying spider with 9 legs painted in charcoal. The human face on the 9 legs with eyes unfilled and hollow tells the hollowness of the desires and world. Spider has the meaning of how we construct the web of our choices and then we trap ourselves in them. Sometimes लाइफ में हम कुछ गलत डिसीजंस ले लेते हैं और इन द रिज़ल्ट हम उन्हीं डिसीजंस में फंस जाते हैं उनकी वजह से. समटाइम्स हम दुनियावी चीज़ों पे ज़्यादा फोकस करते हैं और कुछ गलत जो है वो फैसले कर लेते हैं जिसकी वजह से हमें डिफ़िकल्टी फेस होती है. उस चीज़ को इस पेंटिंग में रिप्रेजेंट किया गया है. इंसान को एक स्पाइडर की तरह दिखाया गया है. The tears are symbolic of the regrets in life. The colorless background stands for the fake lives we are living in. As you can see in this painting, The Crying Spider, tears are very visible in the eyes, and the background is very clean. Hope is another painting by George Frederic. It presents a blindfolded female sitting on a globe playing the lyre with a single string. Basically, she is shown playing a musical instrument. The background is blank, and the picture's sense of melancholy is enhanced by the soft brush strokes. The female represents the blindness to the mental state she embodies. It is actually the hopelessness towards reality and despair against hope. The grayish background is a symbol of sadness in mood and environment. The bent woman is trying to hear the weak music is symbolic of the faintest hope. Here we can see figure with a bent neck and she is having bandage on her eyes which symbolizes that there is no hope, and the music which she is trying to play, the musical instrument, depicts a little hope, and the gray color is also associated with sadness of reality and world. Here is another painting by the very famous painter Vincent Van Gogh. Here we are studying this painter in a different context. We are talking about the symbolism which he has used in his paintings. This painting is the best representative of the painter's emotions. Many critics agree at this point that the dimness of night sky reflects the painter's quest to overcome his illness. As we know that Vincent van Gogh was facing a mental illness during his life, due to which he used to see the environment in a different way. That's why he used those thrilling strokes. The relation of fire, mist, and water is very well depicted. It is an attempt to express a stage of shock, and the cypresses, olive trees, and mountains had acted as painter's catalyst. The hill rose up steep and abruptly now, menacing, threatening to drag the lonesome soul down into vertiginous depths. The tree reaching into the sky is a symbol of the connection between earth and heaven. The movement of the wind is the traveling of the soul. Here, as you can see, he used to paint in a very unique way where you can see the thrilling movement in the strokes, and the cypress trees can be seen growing up towards the sky as they are forming a relationship between the heaven and the earth. European influence under Jahangir. We also used to see different symbolic elements in the Mughal miniatures as well. But from where this symbolism has came, it is very important to know. That's why we see that how this influence got started during the region of Jahangir after 1615. When the English embassy arrived, many secular pictures made their appearance in the court. Animal symbolism and complex symbolic representations were skillfully adapted by Mughal artists. In these animals, we can see goats and oxen, inspired from the piece of animals on the title page of the Bible, as favorite symbols for the peace guaranteed by the just rule of the Mughal. In the paintings, we often used to see a union of oxen and lion. So there is a sharp contrast between both of the animals, and they have a very strong connection. The Emperor Shah Jahan standing on a globe with a halo. So this is a self-portrait of the Emperor Shah Jahan, where we can see a halo behind his head, and we can also see the playing cupids in the sky, and one of them on the left is holding a sword in his hands and wants to give it to the emperor, which shows the power of the emperor in the war. And on the right side, the angel wants to shower him with a crown. So basically, it shows the power of the emperor not only on the world as he is shown standing on a globe, but also in the skies. There is another very famous Pakistani artist, Sayyid Saddaquain Ahmad Naqvi, who was very famous for his paintings. He painted many puzzle paintings. Other than this, Saddaquain has keen interest in creating images out of history, religion, mythology, philosophy, and psychology. He used a variety of symbols based on these areas and created his visual diction that he kept on using repeatedly. Saddaquain, in general, is found to be in search of truth and reality, the inner as well as the outer reality. His greater contribution was that he painted calligraphy in the painterly style. He incorporated both text and images beautifully in his paintings. Symbols and conceptual elements in his paintings. His symbol of cactus advocates the apparent thorny exterior of the desert plant, but what he tries to portray is the softness inside it. As we know that cactus is a plant which can survive in very severe conditions with very limited water. especially in deserts, but it also has the quality at the same time to give flower on it. The crow or raven ostensibly carries the dark black color, but a symbolic representation. The square crow is a symbol of captivity, horror, and homelessness. There was a time in Saddaquain's life where he was facing ups and downs, and when he painted these symbols, so they have the personal connotations as well. Saddaquain did not import any system of symbols from popular visual culture of the West, but his emphasis was on the indigenous culture, tradition, mythologies, religions, philosophies, and literature. He composes ordinary and everyday life elements symbolically in his paintings. He addresses the very humanistic issues. Here's a very famous painting by the artist Saddaquain, Figure in Cacti. As we can see here, the lines are very sharp and very edgy, like those of the cactus. And the figure is shown as tangled in this cacti plant. It symbolizes all the hardships of human being to overcome his problems, especially relevant to the world. हम ये कह सकते हैं कि इंसान को मुख्तलिफ आफात से, कुदरती आफात से लड़ते हुए दिखाया गया है अपनी ज़िंदगी में। वो किस तरह से ग्रोथ भी करता है, लेकिन वो चीज़ उसको, वो एक्सपीरियंसेस उसको और मजबूत बना देते हैं, एक कैक्टस की तरह। The specific anatomy of Saddaquain's figures could be seen inspired by the coarse, thorny, and pointed shape of the cacti leaves, as he often described it as the triumph of life over environment. As I said before, कि इंसान किस तरह से कुदरत के ऊपर फतह हासिल कर लेता है अपनी कोशिश से, अपने हार्ड वर्क से. The Greek myths suggest an association of the raven, the dark black crow, with Apollo, the god of prophecy. अब हम ये देख सकते हैं कि डिफरेंट सिविलाइजेशंस में एक ही एलिमेंट को या एक ही बर्ड को किस तरह से दिखाया गया है. You will always get variation in these elements according to the culture. In Egyptian mythology, Nymph is known crow goddess with many crow gods as well. The raven is also narrated as the guardian of the dead. So, in Egyptian mythology, raven जो bird है उसको एक गार्डियन के तौर पे दिखाया गया है. जैसे कि हमें पता है कि इजिप्शियन किंग्स जो होते थे वो अपने कॉफिन्स बनवाते थे और उसके ऊपर दे यूज टू बिलीव कि एक बर्ड बैठता था और उसके अंदर वो स्पिरिट चली जाती थी उस इंसान की मरने के बाद, और वो उस बर्ड की फॉर्म में ज़िंदा रहता था. जबकि ग्रीक माइथोलॉजी में इसको अपोलो के साथ एसोसिएट किया गया है, जो कि गॉड था प्रोफेसी का. He also painted figures having legs like triangles, head like diamond shape. All we see are pointed sharp blades and shapes. हमें सादकैन की फिगर्स में नज़र आते हैं पॉइंटेड ब्लेड्स, लिम्स बने हुए हैं with the help of sharp edgy lines. We hardly found any curvilinear line in his figures. So all these lines and pointed shapes, pointed crescents, all these shapes and lines have a very important symbolic connotation, and they represent the harshness of life, the hard work of life. Here is a self portrait by Saddaquain, where you can see his portrait, and on the head there is indication of a nest forming out of hair. Again, the hand is treated with the pointed lines. The fingers are shown very sharp. And on the top, you can see the bird, raven, about which we are talking about previously. So, it is symbolizing the fear. Here is another very famous mural painting by the artist Saddaquain, having the title of Evolution of Mankind. This painting is placed on the ceiling of the Lahore Museum. लाहौर म्यूज़ियम की सीलिंग के ऊपर ये पेंटिंग है. अगर आप गए हो, यू कैन सी इट्स अ म्यूरल पेंटिंग. म्यूरल पेंटिंग बेसिकली वो पेंटिंग होती है जो कि ह्यूज स्केल पे की जाती है. सो इट्स अ म्यूरल पेंटिंग एंड इट हैज़ वेरी मल्टीपल connotations. Again, we can see the evolution of mankind, the exploration of mankind. As you can see, there are different circles are shown, which are also giving the feeling of clocks and the various planets, and the hands are shown as someone is exploring them. If you see the movement of hands, अगर आप हाथों की मूवमेंट देखें तो वो इस तरह से भी शेप उसकी है जैसे someone is busy in praying, and intentionally elements को पेंट किया गया है. If you see on the left side at the top of the hands, there is indication of sun. रेड कलर को, ऑरेंज कलर को सादकैन की पेंटिंग्स में होप के लिए दिखाया गया है. जैसे हम सूरज की बात करते हैं कि वो हमें होप देता है, तो उस तरह से. और स्पेशली इफ़ यू लुक क्लोजली, there is a word Aj can be easily obviously shown on that circle or against that sun. और बेसिकली टूल्स हैं पीजेंट्स के, आम इंसान के, मेहनत कश के, मज़दूरों के, जिसमें हमें हैमर और सिकल मिलता है जो कि स्पेशली फसलों की कटाई के लिए एक टूल होता है जिसको इस्तेमाल करते हैं किसान. तो उन टूल्स को यहाँ पे दिखाया गया है कि वो जो हार्डशिप करते हैं किसान, आम इंसान जो मेहनत करता है, उस चीज़ को एक तरह से उनका सूरज दिखाया गया है और उसको आज का एक वर्ड दिया गया, प्रेजेंट का. ऑन द राइट साइड आप अगर देखें, यू कैन सी दैट देर आर हैंड्स विच आर होल्डिंग अ काइंड ऑफ टेलीस्कोप. तो वो भी इंसान की वो जद्दोजहद दिखाई गई है कि वो मुख्तलिफ सियारों को, मुख्तलिफ चीज़ों को एक्सप्लोर करने की कोशिश कर रहा है. ही इज़ ट्राइंग हिज बेस्ट to get out of something new and innovative. Qamar Siddiq. Qamar Siddiq is another very famous Pakistani artist who is also working in the present day. In his artist statement, Siddiqui states that his use of colors is highly symbolic, with white representing purity and red signifying the material world. So, white color symbolizes emptiness and purity, and the red color also symbolizes the materialistic approach and the blood as well, and also the color of life. In that context, the white cocooned figures suggest almost a fertile quality, and in the few paintings where the stylized faces are visible, their expressions appear serene. So basically, इंसान को एक ककून के अंदर बंद दिखाया गया है. ककून बेसिकली आपको अगर पता हो, रेशम का कीड़ा होता है, सिल्क वॉर्म. ही यूज्ड टू मेक ककून्स आउटसाइड ऑफ हिज बॉडी, और उस ककून के अंदर वो रहता है जब तक वो पूरा ग्रोथ नहीं उसकी हो जाती. ही गॉट द विंग्स. जब उसकी फुल ग्रोथ हो जाती है, देन ही यूज्ड टू एस्केप फ्रॉम दैट ककून. सो जो आर्टिस्ट है उसने यहाँ पे इंसान को एक ककून के अंदर बंद दिखाया है, विच इज़ मेड अप ऑफ feathers and white color feathers which represents purity. अगर हम पीस की बात करें तो dove is the bird which is associated with the peace. So बाहर से देखने में तो हमें बहुत लोग जो हैं वो पीसफुल नज़र आते हैं, बहुत प्योर नज़र आते हैं, but there still remains some negativity and some materialistic approach. तो दुनियावी चीज़ें किसी ना किसी तरह से इंसान के ऊपर हावी होती हुई नज़र आती हैं, चाहे उसे दुनियावी चीज़ों की ख्वाहिश होती है, उसकी डिफरेंट डिज़ायर्स होती हैं जो उसको नेगेटिविटी पे मजबूर करती हैं, कुछ नेगेटिव डिसीजन लेने के लिए मजबूर करती हैं. सो इन दिस पर्टिकुलर सीरीज़ the color red makes its way into the canvas in the form of red high heels in one painting. In these paintings, we can easily see the cocoons have been made with the help of feathers, which are symbolizing the piousness and the purity of the humankind and the human being. But at the same time, you can see the appearance of red color in the shoes of both figures. And there is a special motif of chess game, which is very complicated game, and it is symbolizing all the webs of the world which used to capture the figures or the human beings in it. दुनियावी जो हमारी डिज़ायर्स हैं उनको रिप्रेजेंट किया गया है रेड कलर के साथ, और एक उलझन के साथ दिखाया गया है, कन्फ्यूजन की तरह, एक गेम की तरह सिंबलाइज किया गया है, चेस की तरह, कि अगर हम इस चीज़ को, अगर ये चीज़ हम पे इन्फ्लुएंस करती है तो दिस इज़ नॉट गुड फॉर अस. Artist statement of Maria Khan, another female Pakistani artist. The woman Khan draws is not the idealized woman. जो फीमेल आर्टिस्ट हैं मारिया खान, वो कोई आइडलाइज्ड ब्यूटी को फॉलो नहीं करती हैं टू पेंट हर फिगर्स. इनकी जो फिगर्स हैं वो हमें अट्रैक्टिव नज़र नहीं आती हैं, जो कि हम एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि एक फ़ीमेल फिगर जो है इट शुड बी sensuous or attractive. In her work, Khan draws a portrait of womanhood rather than a single woman. So, artist is talking about the womanhood as a general. औरतों की बात कर रही हैं. She is not talking about a single woman. She is talking about all the women of the world. Her work is a commentary on the state of women in Pakistan as an object of desire, but also someone who can be manipulated and exploited. So उन्होंने फीमेल को एक ऑब्जेक्ट की तरह दिखाया गया है जिसे सोसाइटी कैसे ट्रीट कर रही है, स्पेशली इन पाकिस्तान. As a woman, I cannot help but constantly be drawn into the expectation of looking perfect, says Maria Khan. According to her, उनके ख्याल में फीमेल्स से हमेशा एक्सपेक्ट किया जाता है कि वो परफेक्ट नज़र आएँ, खूबसूरत नज़र आएँ, अट्रैक्टिव नज़र आएँ, बट वो क्या चाहती हैं डजेंट मैटर. इफ़ समवन इज़ फिजिकली not appealing, not sensuous, not beautiful, it doesn't mean that she is not beautiful from the inner side. You can't judge people on their physical appearance. This is the painting by the Maria Khan. As you can see, there are various symbols. There's a contrast between the beauty and the beast. Both of the elements have been placed side by side, juxtaposed. Rose is a symbol of beauty and fragrance, and it's fragile, and it is also associated with the beautiful females. But on the same time, she has painted on the right side female with the wrinkled skin, healthy, in the black color, which is not very appealing. So it is an ironic statement. एक तनकीद की गई है सोसाइटी के इस नज़रिए पे, जैसे वो एक फ़ीमेल को देखना चाहती हैं इस चीज़ की परवाह किए बगैर कि इंसान अंदर से खूबसूरत है या नहीं. Here is another painting by the painter. As you can see, background is very black and very deep, and the eyes have been painted very horribly. But at the same time, we can see various flowers and the fruits which are symbolizing the fertility and the various connotations relevant to the female beauty. But they are, इनको पेंट करने का एक मकसद है, इनको कंट्रास्ट किया गया है. वही कॉन्सेप्ट है ब्यूटी एंड द बीस्ट का. अपने आइडिया को इन्हांस करने के लिए, एग्जैजरेट करने के लिए आर्टिस्ट ने इन फ्लावर्स और फ्रूट्स की हेल्प ली है, इन सिम्बल्स की हेल्प ली है, सो दैट वो जो अगलीनेस है वो ज़्यादा एग्जैजरेट होकर सामने आए. बट उस अगलीनेस में भी शी इज़ ट्राइंग टू पोर्ट्रे, टू गिव अ पॉजिटिव मैसेज towards the society. So I hope that today's lecture was very helpful for you people to understand about the symbolic elements and about the usage of different symbols conceptually in the art field. Thank you.